should you DIY your own wedding and do everything yourself?
As much as we love the outcome of the wedding, if we had to do it again, we'd definitely use a professional to help us.
I have to say, like, massive thank you to everyone that helped us and the pressure they would have been too.
Yeah.
And I hope they actually enjoyed the wedding themselves.
Looking back, there are a few things I would have loved a lot more if I had someone to organize it for me.
Yeah.
But the outcome was still amazing, and I think that's because of...
I'm John,
And I'm Caroline.
and this is Events by Design.
After styling hundreds of events across Australia, we've learned firsthand what truly makes an event unforgettable.
To us, an event is a debut, a moment where your vision, your energy, and your style is introduced to the world.
We're here to help you design moments that don't just impress, they connect, move, and leave a mark.
Let's design something iconic together. So should you DIY your own wedding and do everything yourself?
We've definitely been through that ourselves, and that was traumatic.
Good result, but traumatic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was a wedding dress designer beforehand. So I made my own dresses. I made all the girls' dresses. But then we were both creatives. John's background was in graphics design as well as in interior fit outs.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, okay, it'll be fun to do a craft project together. So let's just DIY this whole
Because
wedding.
we actually didn't know what we were going to do in the wedding. There was no styling at the time.
Yeah.
We had this blank wedding venue and we're like, are we going to do this ourselves? Are we going to do something simple?
Yeah. Or something
Funny enough, we
extravagant.
actually went super ambitious and said, let's just do this ourselves.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a mistake. So me and my bridesmaids spent like weeks creating these centerpieces. So my sisters and my bridesmaids remembered this to the T, and every time we made centerpieces out of straws. So geometric shapes were in at the time, and so we made all these geometric sort of like vases out of straws. And now every time they see a straw, they just shake their head.
These were glued together, by
These
the way.
are glued
one
together,
by
hand by
one.
hand with hot glue. Their fingers were painful
Yeah.
and everything like that. But at least that was one thing that we could do earlier on. I made my own dress, so that I did that 2 weeks before the wedding. So you can imagine what kind of stress I would have been in.
Yep.
And then not to mention
You were still
all
making
the
it to the end, right? I
yeah,
remember.
and then the floral arches, we did that the night before, and then we didn't realize how many details there were. It's crazy. And then we didn't sleep the night of the wedding. We were folding
No,
like
man.
our
I didn't think we were
menus.
sleeping the whole week or
the
even
whole
before
week.
that.
The good thing about it is that I did lose 2 kilos in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But for you, it
And
was...
I didn't remember. Yeah, so we've done the centerpieces and then we're like, now what? We got to transport them. So I didn't have a van. I had nothing, no vehicles like that. And I had to borrow a van from my uncles, I believe.
Yeah.
Dropped that off in the venue myself. And then at the same time, we were super ambitious. We wanted a ceiling installation. Never done one before, but let's just do it. So had to get all the electricals tagged ourselves.
Yeah.
Had to find, guys to help us.
Work the scissor lift. At least you had friends that were
I
in
had
the
friends,
industry.
yeah.
So they had scissor lift licenses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we could do that. And we made all the florals for that.
But they had a bit of issue, remember?
Yeah,
They didn't really
yeah.
complete. It was a circle fairy light installation. And I think they only did like
Parts,
one third,
like most of it. But then there was like
2/4
some
of it,
gaps in it.
3/4
yeah,
of it.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's cool. That's all right. It still looked
It
good.
is what it is,
But yeah, it wasn't
yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And then like on the day of the wedding, obviously with no sleep, I'm driving around trying to take photos. We're all like asleep in the car.
We're sleeping in the limo every chance we got. And we can't even remember
Everyone
what
was
happened.
so tired and we didn't have time to take photos. And at the back of my mind, there was like a whole dessert table to be set up, like a dessert display.
So we also had another feature we wanted to put in the wedding, a reveal of a dessert table that was huge.
Yeah, and then I had written instructions for my friends to set it up whilst we were out taking photos. But in the end, it was just like, we had no peace of mind. It was just so stressful. We're just like, photographer, forget about the photos. We're going to go set up the dessert table now.
Yeah.
So it was
And not
just
to mention,
like,
it was you feel anxious.
very anxious.
Like, it's
yeah.
not going to happen the way you are. And you can't really be in the moment, right?
Yeah, and
I
even
remember
on
that.
the day, like it might not look particularly
Yeah.
like how you wanted it as well because you're
Yeah.
making it up on the spot as you go. Looking back, would you sort of do it
Look,
yourself again?
I have to say, like, massive thank you to everyone that helped us,
Yeah.
knowing what I know now.
Yeah.
And the pressure they would have been too.
Yeah.
And I hope they actually enjoyed the wedding themselves.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
look, probably not.
Yeah,
I'll
definitely
definitely
Yeah.
get someone if there was someone back then to do it.
Yeah, like if we had to do it all over again, definitely we would have a stylist because that would just
It would have been way more
stress,
comfortable.
everything.
Would have been
Yeah.
like less stress, less anxious, more just having a cruisy day of the bridal party and our families, right?
Yeah.
And just rock up and everything's done. Like our couples really enjoy now. They just
Yeah.
pretty much rock
Well,
up.
that's why we started
have
the
time to
business in
do-
the first
Yeah,
place.
right?
Because we wanted to take that stress. We didn't want any of our couples to go through
Yeah.
that. We wanted them to be able to take their nice photos, enjoy the time, be actually present in the moment, and actually take it all in rather than having your mind boggled and everywhere and don't know whether things lined up or not or worked out or people
Yeah.
on the phone. It was really stressful. As much as we love the outcome of the wedding and we're so thankful everyone,
so unique.
if we had to do it again, we'd definitely use a professional to help us.
Yeah.
And that's why we started this business, to help our couples. And we really wanted to make a statement that it is so important that you are able to be present on your wedding day and enjoy every part of it.
And the key is to make it your special day with
Yeah.
the stuff that you love and everything like that. But whilst having it all, having a peace of mind, get to enjoy the moments.
Not to mention that it's executed at the top-notch level. So you know that when you come in, it will look exactly as you wanted because a professional team has put it together. They spent the whole day at the venue putting it together for you.
And not to mention like months or weeks of planning
And
before
prepping.
that as well.
Yeah, that's right. Like creating all the items. Yeah.
Wow, so overwhelming. Hey, just quickly,
If you're looking for a wedding stylist so that you can have a stress-free, seamless and premium wedding design all completely done for you,
visit the link in the show notes to book your creative consultation.
let's bring your wedding vision to life.
Now back to the episode. So when we were organizing our wedding, little do we know that how many moving parts there were. There were like so many vendors we had to touch base with on the actual day too and before, the day before,
Yeah.
trying to make sure everyone knows what they're doing
Yeah.
and do it right. But, you know, at the end of the day, you actually just have one shot at this and you want to make it perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so good to have someone to just like a stylist or a coordinator that puts it all together for you and make sure that everything's nice and
Yeah,
smooth.
a team that you trust and you can share all your visions to, and then we take care of the rest. And even like repeating what we wanted to every single vendor that we had to come across, like that was a bit of a hassle too, because each time you explain it, it'd be like a slightly different vision at the same time.
Yeah.
And
Like,
people
let's-
reinterpret it differently, and with no one managing it on the day, I don't even know how we actually put it together.
Yeah, I do feel like at the end of the day, it was quite mismatched because we didn't have like
so?
a full
Like,
vision of what we wanted.
What
Like,
was the things that were mismatched for you?
for example, like we picked things off Pinterest. So like, oh, we really like this menu, but then we
yeah.
really like this centerpiece. Like the menu was like Art Deco, and then
Yeah.
the centerpiece was like modern geometries
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then like the flowers were like rustic. And then like although we liked all those elements separately, like when they came together, it was a little not quite right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like looking back, we're like, oh, we should have done a mood board and like stick to one theme or whatnot. But that's
I think we
what
got too
all-
emotional in it. Yeah, we were too emotionally invested that we couldn't really see
Yeah.
what looked good or not. We just thought
Yeah.
everything looked good.
But that's how
Yeah.
we learned, and that's
Yeah.
why we became stylists.
But I
Because
think, yeah.
now we can see that, and we help our couples to realize that, and then make sure that everything, the look, the theme, is very cohesive.
I think one of the best things that we took out of that whole experience was our brand, JCAU, right?
Yeah, it was
That was
John Caroline Au, AU. Yeah.
And that's what we've been using till now. So.
Yeah, so that was the brand that we used for our wedding day, and from there, from all the pains that we went through, we created a
Remind all the
solution for
pains.
it. No, we created a solution
Yeah,
for it, and the reward of it was really high
Absolutely.
though. Like when you come out of the wedding day, the day after the wedding, guys, is the best day because it's so much relief, but you also get all the feedback from your family and friends saying how amazing it was, and that is just like by far the best feeling. It's like a debut for yourself.
Yeah.
Like we feel like a wedding is like when your family and friends really get to know you, like
Yeah.
as adults, you know.
So much is invested. I mean,
Yeah.
like even like money and time, and just for like one chance of making everything fantastic and beautiful. And I think the chances of getting that is definitely with professionals and people who've done it like hundreds of times before. So
Yeah.
pretty much we know most of the troubleshooting that we've come across, right?
Yeah,
Of experience.
yeah.
So you're actually getting that.
As we said, it's like the day after the wedding when everything it comes to pass and you're reflecting back on it. It's like, did I put in enough? Did I do everything the way I wanted it to? And did
Yeah.
it turn out like how I wanted it? Like looking back, there are a few things I would have loved a lot more if I had someone to organize it for me.
Yeah.
But the outcome was still amazing. And I think that's because of all the thought and all the love we put into it.
And
And
also
we were
the
just
help,
really
yeah.
proud of ourselves, proud of our friends and our family.
Yeah.
And so that's why. And the feedback was that it was like the most amazing wedding everyone's ever been to. And that's how everyone started contacting us to do styling and planning for them. But it's the feeling after the wedding that is like, I put in everything that I wanted to put in, and it turned out the way that I wanted. And I'm so happy.
Yeah.
And all your family and friends get to know who you really are, what your style is, what kind of person you are in this world, and what kind of new chapter you're bringing to. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we do what we do.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope what we shared was very useful for you and something that you could implement in your own wedding and how you plan it. There's plenty of more stories like this. If you enjoyed what you've just seen, leave a comment below and we'll see you on the next one.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss an episode.
Ready to start designing your own unforgettable moment? Head to JCAU events _official or visit JCAU events to connect with our team.
Until next time, design with purpose, create with heart.